Hello Internet, I am Amir from TypeScript TV, and in this video series we're going to learn TypeScript by building a React project. One of my friends came up to me, he's a front-end developer, and he asked me if I would learn TypeScript, how is it useful for my React project? Like how can it help me to write a better code? Like what's the benefit? So I decided why not? Let's record a video series uh, to to do two different things, like two targets. And one, we will learn TypeScript, and second, we will demonstrate like how is it useful in a real React project as a for you as a front-end developer. So let's jump into it. For the very first episode of our series, we are going to just bootstrap our project and take a look at what's going on. So, and very first thing that we'll need is a tool called the Create React App. If you're front-end dev, probably you have heard of it. If you go, I don't know what's their website URL. Maybe we could search for Create React App. And advertisers, yep, create-react-app.dev. And what it does is that it helps you bootstrap your React project without needing to set up any bundlers like Webpack or setting up the TypeScript compiler. No, nothing. And it has a utility for also setting up a React project with TypeScript language. So if I would search for TypeScript, adding TypeScript, yep, creating a TypeScript app. Yeah, there we go. So this is all you need to set up a React project with TypeScript. Basically, you run the command with npx. Npx is a tool that was added to Node.js, like I guess from version 5. And what it does is like you install something globally. Like before npm 5, we had to do like npm install -g to install something globally and then run it. But with this tool, you don't need to install a tool anymore. It just I think that it fetches a script and runs it on your machine. So let's open up a terminal window, and we will go to our desktop. Yep. And I do npx create react app. We'll call it learning TypeScript. For advertising our channel, let's add a TypeScript TV as well. Oh, this is a very long project, eh? So, and yep, the option. This is the important part. It has a flag as an option that you would say template, and you go TypeScript. This way, you're telling it that okay, set up a new project for me, and I want the language to be TypeScript. It fetches the scripts, runs some stuff. So at this stage, we will have to just wait a little bit, maybe grab a coffee, or I can just drink a little bit of water. Don't forget to drink water. It's good for you. All right, so finally it finished setting up our React project, and it says happy hacking. So let's jump into it. So I will cd into the newly directory that it has created for us, like with the project name that you specify here, like with it, we called it learning TypeScript TV. It will create a directory with that name. We will cd into it, and yep, it has everything already set up. So I will open my code editor right here. Alright, so as you can see, it has a ts config, which is like config for the TypeScript compiler, and it has Webpack internally and everything. So all we need to do is here just run npm start, or if you have yarn installed, just do yarn start. Yeah, we can check it out. Npm start. While this is running, let's jump into the file directory that it has created. It has a public directory which has some assets and the main index HTML which React uses. Oh, it finished compiling. Yep, main HTML that React uses, and that's it. But our main work is with this src directory, that is the source code for our project. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is to get rid of a lot of not useful really stuff. It has an app. This is not really in TypeScript basically. But the thing is that if you imagine two circles, like one big circle which is TypeScript, and then a smaller one which is inside of it, inside of the parent one, that is the JavaScript. So if you would just rename a .js file to a TS file, that is valid to the TypeScript compiler. No, that's basically it, because types are optional in TypeScript, and that's something that you can config in your compiler. Like you can tell the compiler if no type is specified, it's don't throw any errors. Do your thing. So I will remove these unnecessary files. All we need is this index tsx, and here, yeah, it's giving me an error because this file doesn't exist. Right, we deleted it, but we will create a new one. So nothing really like weird or complicated here. It's just some React stuff, like create React app stuff. Like, if you want to start measuring performance, these are just helpers. All the main thing that we need to focus on is this ReactDOM.render, and it has a main component, like main rendering a main component in our main element that we have. Like this is doing like telling the React inside of an element with the ID of root, render this entire thing. So we should have an element with ID of root. So if you would jump into this file, probably we'll find it here. Yep, there it is. So inside of this dib, it will render all of our React tree. Then, okay, let's create our app, which we just deleted it. I will create a new directory here, and I'll call it components. Just will, yep, small, and we'll create here an app.tsx. tsx is like JSX, but it's for TypeScript. So we're about to write our very first component, React component in TypeScript. Well, what I will do, this is my preferred style. You know that we have two ways of writing functions in, I think, after ECMAScript 2015, where one is like const a equals this. The other option is to just go function a, but I prefer the very first style. I'm not really sure of the differences. It's just my preference. So what I will do is that I will create a new React component. So very first thing, we need to import React, because JSX needs to be, if you're doing JSX, React needs to be in the scope. But I think that in the newer updates, we don't need this anymore. I'm not really sure about that. What we can check it out later. But if you're interested, just check it out and let me know in the comments. if it's necessary to import React or not. So I will do const app. This is like my app component, and I will do column react.fc equals and return a div that says hello TypeScript TV, and we'll export default app. So the very first thing that we are learning here, what is this? Const and the name of the variable and then column react.fc. Okay, so we are about to learn our very first feature of TypeScript, and that is types. Like as it's in the name of the language TypeScript, it adds type to JavaScript. So this is how you declare a type for a variable. What you will say like is just let my name column and then the type of your variable. This is it. This way you are saying that my name is of type string. So later if you would say my name equals, I don't know, 52, it will give you an error. My name is assigned a value but never used. Oh, this is just ESLint. Type number is not assignable to type a string because this is a number and I wanted my name to be a string. So it's having types. And this is a type, this is a custom type that React exports. So you can just create custom types in TypeScript. Like you can say that const name can be of type like my name or tstv and then assign it. As you can see, it's giving me a lint, an IntelliSense that either I can select Amir or tstv. But if I would assign something else, it will give me an error, and that says type this weird word is not assignable to type Amir or tstv because I'm saying that this const name can be either this or this. But if you want to create a custom type out of this, you will say type name and then equals Amir or tstv. Oh, what is this? tstv. And then later, I don't need to do this. What I will do is just I say my name is of type name and this is a custom type. So it's giving the same error. So we just made our very first custom type as well. So if you would jump to React source code, yeah, it's having a type and then some complicated. Don't be scared. We will make it to this point as well. Like what is this syntax? Yep, but in general, it's having the type that we use. So let's import this and do our very first render. So it's not anymore from .app, but it is from components app. I saved it. It's showing some weird errors. Index CSS, yeah, I deleted all of these ones. Let's run it again. Compiling. Yep, starting development server. My machine is running like different softwares at the same time, so that's why it's slow. Okay, cannot resolve index CSS. Oh, this is because probably, yep, we deleted it, but this CSS file we didn't remove the import. Now I did. Yep, there we go. Hello TypeScript TV. So congrats, you just made your very first component with TypeScript in React. So I'll see you in the next episode.